Happy Wednesday, everybody. All right, today we are reading chapters 13 and 14 of Because of Winn-Dixie. Guys, we are a little over halfway through this book. There are 25 chapters, and we are on 13 and 14 today. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Remember, while we are reading these chapters, I want you to think about what point of view this book is written in. See if you can relate to any of the characters. Start making your own predictions. If while I'm reading you want to pause the video and make your own prediction about what you think is going to happen, that would be a really awesome thing for you to do. Also, answer the questions that I'm going to ask while we are reading. Think about any vocabulary, anything that might pop up. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Chapter 13. Me and Winn-Dixie got into a daily routine where we would leave the trailer early in the morning to get down to Gertrude's Pets in time to hear Otis playing his guitar music for the animals. Sometimes Sweetie Pie snuck in for the concert too. She sat on the floor and wrapped her arms around Winn-Dixie, and she rocked him back and forth like he was a big old teddy bear. And then, when the music was over, she would walk around and try to pick out which pet she wanted, but she always gave up and went home, because the only thing that she really wanted was a dog like Winn-Dixie. After she was gone, I would sweep and clean up and even arrange some of Otis's shelves, because he did not have an eye for arranging things, and I did. And when I was done, Otis would write down my time in a notebook, and he had marked on the outside one red leather collar and one red leather leash. And the whole time, he did not in any way ever act like a criminal. After working at Gertrude's Pets, me and Winn-Dixie would go over to the Herman W. Block Memorial Library and talk to Miss Franny Block and listen to her tell us a story. But my favorite place to be that summer was in Gloria Dump's yard. And I figured it was Winn-Dixie's favorite place too, because when he got up to the last block before her house, Winn-Dixie would break away from my bike and start to run for all he was worth, heading for Gloria Dump's backyard and his spoonful of peanut butter. So when she says that Winn-Dixie was running for all he was worth, that means he was putting his all into it. He was sprinting, he was running as fast as he could to get to Gloria Dump's yard. He wanted that spoonful of peanut butter. Sometimes Dunlap and Stevie Dewberry would follow me. They would holler, "There goes the preacher's daughter visiting the witch." "She's not a witch," I told them. Over. It made me mad the way they wouldn't listen to me and kept on believing whatever they wanted to believe about Gloria Dump. One time Stevie said to me, "My mama says you shouldn't be spending all your time cooped up in that pet shop and at that library sitting around talking with old ladies. She said you should get out in the fresh air and play with kids your own age. That's what my mama says." "Oh, lay off her," Dunlap said to Stevie. Then he turned to me. "He don't mean it," he said. But I was already mad. I shouted at Stevie. I said, "I don't care what your mama says. She's not my mama, so she can't tell me what to do." "I'm going to tell my mama you said that," shouted Stevie. "And she'll tell your daddy, and he'll shame you in front of the whole church. And that pet shop man is retarded, and he was in jail, and I wonder if your daddy knows that." "Otis is not retarded," she said, "and my daddy knows that he was in jail." That was a lie, but I didn't care. "And you can go ahead and tell on me if you want to, you big bald-headed baby." I swear it wore me out yelling at Dunlap and Stevie Dewberry every day. By the time I got to Gloria Dump's yard, I felt like a soldier who had been fighting a hard battle. Gloria Dump would make me a peanut butter sandwich, straight off, and then she would pour me a cup of coffee, with half coffee and half milk, and that would refresh me. "Why don't you play with them boys?" Gloria asked me. "Because they're ignorant," I told her. They still think you're a witch. It doesn't matter how many times I tell them you're not." "I think they're just trying to make friends with you in a roundabout way," Gloria said. So when she says they're trying to make friends with her in a roundabout way, that means they're going the wrong way. Like they're trying to make friends with her, but they're trying to do it in like a different way. So usually you're nice to people when you try to make friends with them, but they're being mean to her. And Gloria Dump thinks that they're trying to make friends with her by being mean to her. I don't want to be their friend, I said. It, it might be fun having them two boys for friends. I'd rather talk to you, I said. They're stupid and mean, and they're boys. Gloria would shake her head and sigh, and then she would ask me what was going on in the world, and did I have any stories to tell her. And I always did. All right. Oh, let's keep reading. Chapter 14. Sometimes I told Gloria the story Miss Franny Block had just told me, or imitated Otis Otis tapping his pointy-toed boots and playing for all the animals, and that always made her laugh. And sometimes I made up a story, and Gloria Dump would listen to it all the way through from beginning to end. She told me she used to love to read stories, but she couldn't anymore because her eyes were so bad. Can't you get some really strong glasses? I asked her. Child, she said, they don't make glasses strong enough for these eyes. One day, when the storytelling was done, I decided to tell Gloria that Otis was a criminal. I thought that maybe I should tell an adult about it, and Gloria was the best adult I knew. Gloria, I said. Mm-hmm, she said back. You know Otis? I don't know him, but I know what you tell me about him. Well, he's a criminal. He's been in jail. Do you think I should be afraid of him? What for? I don't know, for doing bad things, I guess, for being in jail. Child, said Gloria, let me show you something. She got up out of her chair real slow and took hold of my arm. Let's the two of us walk all the way around to the back of this yard. Okay, I said. We walked, and Winn-Dixie followed right behind us. It was a huge yard, and I'd never been to the back of it. When he got to the big old tree, we stopped. Look at this tree, Gloria said. I looked up. There were bottles hanging from every branch. There were whiskey bottles and beer bottles and wine bottles all tied on a string, and then some of them were clanking against each other, making a spooky kind of noise. Me and Winn-Dixie stood and stared at the tree, and the hair on top of his head rose a little bit, and he growled deep in his throat. Gloria Dump pointed the cane at the tree. What do you think about this tree? I said, I don't know. Why are those bottles on it? All right, why do you guys think the bottles are on the tree? What prediction can you make as to why the bottles are on the tree? Pause this video and see if you can figure it out. To keep the ghosts away, Gloria said. What ghosts? The ghosts of all the things I'd done wrong. I looked at all the bottles on the tree. You did that many things wrong? I asked her. Mm-hmm, said Gloria. More than that. But you're the nicest person I know, I told her. Don't mean I haven't done bad things, she said. There's whiskey bottles on there, I told her, and beer bottles. Child, said Gloria Dump. I know that. I'm the one who put 'em up. I'm the one who put 'em there. I'm the one who drank what was in them. My mama drank, I whispered. I know it, Gloria Dump said. The preacher says that sometimes she couldn't stop drinking. Mm-hmm, said Gloria again. That's the way it is for some folks. We get started and we can't stop. Are you one of those people? Yes, ma'am, I am. But these days I don't drink nothing stronger than coffee. Did the whiskey and beer and wine, did they make you do the bad things that are ghosts now? Some of them, said Gloria. Some of them I would have done anyway, with alcohol or without, before I learned it. Learned what? Learn what is the most important thing. What's that? I asked her. It's different for everyone, she said. You find out on your own. But in the meantime, you got to remember that you can't always judge people by the things they've done. You got to judge them by what they are doing now. You judge Otis by his pretty music he plays and how kind he is to the animals, because that's all you know about him, right? All right. Yes, ma'am, I said. And them Dewberry boys, you try not and them Dewberry boys, you try not to judge them too harsh either, all right? All right, I said. All right then, said Gloria Dump. And she turned and started walking away. When Dixie nudged me with his wet nose and wagged his tail. When he saw I wasn't going, he trotted after Gloria. I stayed where I was and studied the tree. I wonder if my mama, wherever she was, had a tree full of bottles, and I wonder if I was a ghost to her, the same way she sometimes seemed like a ghost to me. All right, so in these chapters, we learned a little bit more about Gloria Dump's life. So she has a big tree in the back of her house that has a bunch of bottles on it. And each bottle is there for something that she has done wrong in her life. And she said, you don't really judge people by what they've done in their past. You got to judge them with what they're doing right now. And that is an extremely important message. If we judge everybody by their past, then we wouldn't really be friends with some people. All right, boys and girls, go ahead and do your assignment for today, and you will hear more from me tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.